previously on Ballz.
Harold, have a seat. Once you've opened that bottle of, what is that, a Cab Sav or a blend or what?
It's a Sauvignon Blanc.
Huh?
That's for us.
Oh, I didn't see in the light. It looked like a red. All right. Better move this out of the way here. Whose was this? Daisy's. Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed
keep-
to have it earlier.
And the wine glasses are arriving, which is fantastic. Please just nowhere near the desk. Keep it far away from the equipment.
Half a desk.
Yeah. So it's the wine of the week, brought to you by Ballz. It's my first one, actually. So sorry about that, Harold. He's going to give us the sound of a cork popping here. Yeah, I bet you say that to all the boys. And the wine of the week as well. What year is that bottle from?
2012, but it's
Quite tight, eh?
yeah, it is.
I bet you say that to all the boys. All right, while the Harold's trying to get the bottle, are we just drinking white today?
No. We've
Oh,
got
good. Oh, I can see this going
Very badly.
pear-shaped.
pear.
What the hell,
Well,
boys?
oh, we go. Open the red. Let me have a look at that red while you're trying to battle with the white. Oh, look how nice and chilled. Rake Neertling 2010 Ballz.
We just broke the corkscrew.
You broke the corkscrew.
Yeah.
It's a seriously tough cork.
That's how tight it is, eh?
Just okay, we're gonna pop. No, that champagne has not been shaken anywhere. Eh? Otherwise, just aim it away from any equipment, please.
Yeah, no, stand there.
Otherwise, Will, who's probably listening to us on his radio or on his phone right now outside, is going to have an absolute hernia. All right, they're pointed at the passage or somewhere at John. Wine of the week coming up with Harold and Ballz. There we go. Now there's a guy who knows how to open a bottle of champagne properly. What is that you've just lift the mic up there for him so we can hear him? What is that you've just opened there?
This is the Darling Cellars MCC 2010.
Champagne?
Yeah, MCC, which is basically made in the
Method
same.
Cup Classic.
Okay, thank you. I'm from Joburg, so you need to explain these
Educate
things.
him.
Yeah.
So it's made in the same way as champagne is made, but obviously we can't call it champagne exactly. Because we can't call stuff brandy cognac.
Because of that whole
Area.
thing, they don't want
Yeah.
the thing used. That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. All right, so you're having a taste of that?
No, you're having a taste of it as well.
No, I'm going to have some red.
I'll
Taste the red. And listen, about if you
Awesome
want to
to
take a call, this is how you do it. You just take the top thing off first.
Yeah.
And then you open. Where's the corkscrew? We don't have one.
It's broken.
Our corkscrew's broken. Help us out there, Kathy.
I'm gonna have. Yeah.
That's unfortunate, but luckily we've got the bubbly
Yeah.
while we're trying to sort out the white and the red.
All right, so the white you brought in was what?
It's a Reinicke Sauvignon Blanc. Last week with Sasha on the show, he said that he's quite fond of Sauvignon Blanc, so I especially brought in Sauvignon Blanc for him.
Yeah.
Well, just to give you a rundown on the wine. So the first one is the Darling Cellars Method Cup Classique, it's champagne style. The second one is the Reinicke Organic Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah.
And then the third wine this is actually the first time I've reviewed one of my own wines on air, and that's the Ballz Rake Neertling 2010.
Now, I've heard a lot about that. Is this the first time we're tasting it on Wine of the Week?
Yes, it's the first time.
But you've given some away.
We have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've given some away, but you haven't reviewed it.
Reviewed it, no.
Yeah.
So
Now, as a Rake Neertling wine, I mean, is it because Rake has personally stomped the grapes?
well, that's a nice thing about having him involved with it. It's not like any other celebrity wine where you basically you just put your name on it and you don't front the brand. The nice thing about him is he's actually involved in blending and sitting down with me and creating and crafting the wine. And
How does that conversation go? What does Rake say?
no, the thing is with
Crafting the wine.
the most difficult
Make sure it's got a great body. That's all I want from this wine, Harold.
the difficult
My name is Rake.
The difficult thing about blending the wine initially was deciding on what style we want to go, and for the first vintage we actually did a little poster, or not a little poster. There's a 2.4 by 1.8 meter canvas with Rake's body and then my head stuck on top, and the slogan at the bottom was a clever wine with a great body. So they printed it, and they printed it so damn well that you could actually see the beard on my face and the nipple on the hair on his nipples. So.
Nipple on his head.
So that was too intense for us. So we didn't.
Yeah, I don't think if I'd be able to enjoy a wine if
It's
I've
too
got
graphic,
Yeah,
it's
I
too
have
graphic.
that visual in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, firstly into the MCC. This is made from 100% Chardonnay. Now, there's 3 cultivars that's traditionally used to make MCC. One being Chardonnay, the other being Pinot Noir, the other being Pinot Meunier, which we don't have in South Africa. Or if we have it, we have very, very little of it. Basically because it's got good flavors at really low sugars. Because, I don't know, Darren, if you know this, but champagne actually goes through 2 fermentations.
Is it?
Yeah, there's one fermentation, which is the primary fermentation, which is the alcoholic fermentation.
So is that where it goes? Like, does it go via wine and then become
Yes,
champagne?
exactly. So it becomes wine, and then
Then you blast it full of bubbles.
No. Then we actually add sugar to it
Okay.
and put like a beer cap on it. And then it starts fermenting again, and that fermentation produces carbon dioxide, which gives you the bubbly or the fizz.
Oh, interesting. Well, there we go. I learned something new today. All right.
This wine is a spectacular bang for the buck. Once again, it's a 75 rand MCC, really nice and smooth. Hints of pear, hints of apple in there. Really nice fine grain mousse, and it retails for only 75 rand, which I think is a fairly decent drop
Yeah,
for
that's not
MCC.
bad.
For MCC, it's really good.
Battling to get the bottle. Like corkscrew central at the back.
Someone's going to lose an eye. Someone is going to lose an eye there.
What we won't do for wine, eh?
All right, now just tell me something, and I mean, obviously, this is like when I buy, and I love red wine. Red wine is all I drink right now, or all I drink ever. I don't drink anything else anymore. But for me, when I go and buy a bottle of wine at wherever you go, okay, from I literally now, and if you go to a restaurant, I will not buy a bottle of wine that is under 120 rand.
No, there's a
I will not buy anything at a shop that is under $75.
yeah.
But you know, if you're buying something at a Checkers, for example, for $100, you know it's going to retail in you know it's going to sell in a restaurant for about 400.
Well,
something like that.
300
The
probably.
thing is
Yeah.
about the big retailers, guys like Macro and Pick and Pay and Checkers, those guys, they come in and they sort of make a deal with all the distributors. So what the trade price is, so the discounted price, you'll actually get at the retailers. It will probably be about 20 to 25 rand more expensive at any wine farm.
All right, so like this, okay, well, I would know from the champagne side or the Method Cup Classique. You say that's a 75 rand retail price.
Yes.
And the red that's coming, the Rake Netling, what does that retail for about?
That sells ex-seller for 135, so you can probably pick it up at a Liquor City or something like that for about 140 odd.
And there we go. That's one I will take.
Oh, there's a.
'Cause I know I'm not going to get a headache the next morning.
Don't be so sure. Eh?
No, unless I have a case of it, yeah, then I will. But I mean,
Oh,
no,
actually-
but that's the thing. That is it. Red wine. People say, "Oh, red wine. You get headaches from red wine." No, you don't. You get headaches from bad red wine.
Oh, you get headaches from a lot of red wine. Actually.
A lot of red wine you will as well. But yeah, I mean, you can have 1 or 2 glasses of a $35 bottle of Boctorol Cabernet or whatever, and it's like the next morning you wake up and it feels like a horn's growing out of the one side of your head. It's horrible. Yeah. All right, so
that's actually happened.
I'm looking forward to tasting the Rake Netling. Hopefully today, if it ever gets here.
I heard a pop.
Yeah, there we go. That sounds good. Well done, Will. I think Will
The only
decided
non-drinker in the
he's
team
taking
got it
taking
open.
control before we have to send another one of our desks into the. Can I? So let me do the honors and let's see how well I do on this.
I want to ask Harold,
I'm
what
going
is
to describe it that like they do in a menu.
what is the ideal temperature to drink your red wine at? Because I think in South Africa we drink our wine too warm.
Yeah, way too warm.
Yeah.
About 16 to 18 degrees, which they sort of take as room temperature in Europe. Yeah, we drink everything too warm.
Yeah.
Would you ever put a red one in the
John, wait. Let me turn you on. Yes.
Sorry. Would you ever put a red one in the fridge? That's
You
what
shouldn't.
Definitely.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that one's come out of a fridge.
Yeah.
It's come out of ice.
Nice. Same thing.
Same difference.
So you
yeah.
would for a short while.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if it's too warm, the alcohol becomes too volatile and it jumps out in your face and it sort of comes through your nostrils and it basically tastes like cough syrup.
But never chilled.
Yeah, chilled. Like
Chilled is fine.
Yeah.
You don't want it sitting in the sun. You must.
Yes.
I mean, the best thing they say always, and that's why people have cellars if if they can afford them or have them built in their house. And I see these new fridges now have these little wine fridges in the top left-hand corner.
Yeah.
So, but you find a good spot in the house where it's not going to get direct sun all day.
Yeah.
It's got a very mild sort of temperature. That's where my wine rack is. And it's just the perfect temperature for a bottle of wine.
Yeah, the thing is that it's not necessarily the temperature that decides or determines whether a wine goes off. It's the fluctuation in temperatures. So if you've got like a 25 degrees at one stage and you drop it down immediately in the fridge to 13, and then you take it out and it goes up to 20 again and you put it on ice again, it is bound to be so torn apart that will be undrinkable.
How's that working for you there?
Very nice. I'm just trying to think. Like raspberries.
Yeah, it is
very berry kind of.
Yeah, it is very fruit driven.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the wines in my range are all a bit bigger, a bit bolder. This one's a bit more streamlined, a bit more refined, and a bit more elegant.
A nice woody bouquet when you.
Yeah, that's spicy. That spiciness.
How do you make a wine? How do you start the process and go, okay, I want to make this wine soft and streamlined, and
nice.
how do you do that?
So basically, the first thing that determines the volume of your wine. So speaking of the how it feels on the palate is extraction. So how many times you pump it over during fermentation, how many times you punch it down, how long you leave it on the skins, how long you let it extract, and that determines basically what your tannins would be like. But there's all sort of ways to soften a wine. I mean, you can basically take a little fish pump that you put in your little fish tank, and you can put that in the barrel, and that sort of gives it a bit of oxygen.
Don't forget to put it back in your fish tank.
Yeah,
With all the wine.
And then sit back and enjoy.
And watch your goldfish.
and that'll soften it up as well. And there's a lot of ways that we can treat it. Not necessarily chemically, but there's some products that we can add to the wine that's all natural.
Okay.
Very nice. It's black currants.
Yeah.
Red fruit, spice, I think. A little hint of vanilla and oak.
That's a damn fine reading there, Darren.
Before I read that, I was actually on about it because it says there,
24.
a well-rounded mouth feel with subtle wood influence. So, I mean, that was...
That's
and
raked
the
to a
berries.
T, I think.
Eh?
That's raked to a T.
Do they still stomp the grapes? Is that something that's still done?
It's presses, don't you?
Yeah, with the current climate in the agriculture, we want to stay away from labour as much as possible. So,
Yes.
that would become too intensive.
Yes.
But I mean, there's a couple of people that do it for the heck of it, just so that they get people in on the day. They make like a little fun day, and people can come stomp their own grapes and bottle their own wine and have picnics and all of that on the estate.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
very nice.
Some more
All right,
things?
while we're enjoying, just John, not away from the equipment, please.
Yes.
While we are
Lovely, thank you.
while we are busy sipping on the Rake Neertling 2010, that we've got the
yes.
Darling Method Cap Classique. That's what's a Blanc de Blanc?
No, it's a Blanc de Blanc, yeah.
Blanc de Blanc Brut. Yes. What do you call it? I'm going to call it champagne. Let them sue me.
No.
Simon, you're having the
I'm having the Reineke.
the Sauvignon Blanc.
The Sauvignon
Yeah.
Blanc.
Very smooth. Eh?
Up yours.
Cheers, up yours too, and
Cheers.
up yours as
Cheers,
well.
cheers.
Nice to see you finally, Harold. And
Who's driving me home?
You know,
that's the wine of the week.
while we've got Harold here,
Yeah, doesn't he have to do another wine now.
now
about
he has to have
something
a
else?
bitch, yeah.
Okay.
But before he has a bitch, I want to ask
I thought he
Harold.
had one.
No, it's Valentine's Day. I don't know.
He's single.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask Harold if you could possibly think about making us a limited edition Ballz range of wine.
We do blending sessions. So if you guys want to come down, if you're ever down in the Cape again, give us a
we
buzz.
will be now.
And we'll. It's quite a process. We taste all of the wines. It probably take about a full-on day just of tasting the wines and
Well-
then deciding on a blend. And
But you're harvesting at the moment,
yeah,
so set aside some grapes for.
Yeah.
Well, you we just put our label on it.
yeah. No,
When
you
when
can
will
redo
that
Yeah,
when
you
will
can
that
come-
be? How long does that process take?
We'll probably be done by sort of end of April, beginning of May.
Well, that's nice because what we can do is also have the limited edition Val de Vie Ballz wine at our next golf day, which will be very nice.
When would that be?
We're hoping for this year in September. It's not confirmed date yet. Last year was November.
we'd
So
love
this
to
year
be
we're
part
looking
of that.
August, September. So yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah.
Have a bottle on every table and stuff like that. It'll be fantastic.
Oh no, we'd love to be part of that.
All right, awesome. We will keep you posted on that side. And does he know we haven't announced our future FM plans yet? Eh?
No, I don't think Harold
No.
does.
I saw that on the Twitter feed.
Twitter,
yesterday.
yes. Joburg confirmed, and hopefully we'll be confirming Cape Town pretty soon as well.
So then you have to cut down a bit on the
On
expression.
Simon's
Yeah.
expletives.
Simon will have
please.
no say.
Hey, Kanos. Listen
I
here.
said one word
Yeah,
yesterday.
you guys on that
first
side,
time.
your
Whatever, I said
profanity that you.
I
you
use
said it
profanity
again.
selectively.
Oh, whatever.
To illustrate a
I
point.
never use
and
profanity.
you also use some nice profanities
I
today.
have not. Yes, I did.
Today.
Yeah.
What's profanity? Sorry, I said Trevor Noah. Sorry. Sorry about the words Trevor Noah. All right. Now, what's your wine of the week?
Okay, the wine of the week is probably about what's been going on. The whole week's been a smash with the whole Sonny Bill Williams Francie Botha fight. I heard today that the umpire or the ref, I don't know what they call it in boxing,
Yes.
he apparently claimed that he knew about the bribery. So boxing is right up there with cycling, with being the biggest farce of sports at the moment.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Echoing my very sentiments. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and then just a shout out to obviously everybody knows about Oscar Pistorius this morning, and then a big shout to the Cares boys yesterday that got struck by lightning.
Yeah.
How
How are they doing, by the way?
Apparently, one passed away.
Oh,
Really?
One was
When?
released home. I haven't heard the passed away
I haven't
story.
heard that.
Yeah, but
I
I
just
know
saw
one
on
is
Twitter
out of...
yesterday that one passed away. Thoughts
No.
and prayers went out to family.
All right, that's not
No.
confirmed,
No.
so we'll
Yeah,
just
let's
double
jump-
check on
let's
that one,
jump
Harold.
again.
But because there was wasn't there another strike in Soweto as well at a school
Yes,
there?
same day, actually. Same day as the Cares boys.
Please
yeah.
be careful, especially and your job as a parent. You can go to those schools and say, listen, this is the safety of our children here. If there is any, it's like on a golf course. They have a standard thing, 10 Ks in the area, boom, siren goes off, get off the course. Schools, you can't just leave it up to the discretion of someone. There might be someone there that goes, cricket practice come hell or high water, or football practice come hell or high water. You as a parent have the right to go there and say to the headmaster, I demand that if there's any weather activity there, that my kid is not going to be forced to carry on doing this, because it's sad that it has to take something like this to emphasize that you've got to be careful about safety of other people's and just people in general, but other people's kids. You can't
Yeah.
just be flippant about it.
But look, it's also, it doesn't cost a lot of money to put these lightning warning systems in. I think all schools
Not
should
at
have
all.
them.
It's like a
900
GPS
bucks,
system, basically,
1,000
yeah.
bucks. You could put them in.
Or maybe they should make that a standard thing now. If
Yeah.
there's schools that offer sports, extracurricular activities,
Especially on the high felt.
get a GPS system in there, or one of those things that tell you when storms are coming, and have a scale that says dangerous. Get everyone indoors.
Yeah.
Actually,
Simple as that.
yesterday we were at St. Scythian's College. We erected a little talk, and the lady that was in charge of the girls' prep, she said that she gets a text whenever the thunderstrikes are within 10 Ks.
Yeah.
And the text that she got was within 4 Ks of St. Scythian's. And everybody had to evacuate.
That's good. Well, that's responsible. In fact, if you've got AccuWeather, any teacher or headmaster, they've got AccuWeather, it warns you there. I mean, I get warned when New York's about to flood, and I'm nowhere near there. So you should be able to get it on any one of these apps.
But just be safe. Put a
Yeah.
system in place. So now the
Absolutely.
teacher's not around. Whatever.
Is that how it goes? We hijack Harold's wine of the week.
No, we help him wine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, we facilitate a wine.
Yeah, I've been going on about boxing like it for ages.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
it's
it's
impossible.
absolute joke.
But now we also
Harold?
got to give wine away.
All right, so what do we do?
Okay, so the competition for this week is we've got the Verfkiko Polo Masters on the 23rd of February at Valdevie Estate.
No,
Now,
Vertlico, is that one of your brands?
no, it's they're a title sponsor. They do
So they come to another estate.
They do they do polo events all over the world.
Okay.
London and New York and Argentina, all over the show. And we're hosting it. And the field size, to tweet to us, Simon, to Ballz Radio
And verse vine.
the size in rugby fields of a polo field.
So how many rugby fields make up a polo field?
Yeah.
How many rugby fields make up a polo field? Really?
Yeah.
That
Don't
many.
you don't think really?
Yeah.
Jeez, you'd almost need a horse to get around there.
You do. You fall.
All right, how many rugby fields make up a polo field?
And what can you win?
What do you win today?
You can win 2 complimentary tickets VIP tickets to the Verfkiko Masters, which includes obviously champagne and some lunch and a fabulous day of just hanging out on the
Nice. You
estate.
get to go to the polo. Very nice.
At
John does that.
Valdevie, it
Yes,
is
I love
so
the polo.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous.
Thanks for taking me there when we were in Stellenbosch the week before last.
Yeah, I was so pissed off
Sorry,
with
we
him
were
because
too busy hanging out
Let
at
me know they were
no,
there.
no, we
Oh,
were
no.
too busy hanging out at Musicas trying to buy Darren's Afrikaans CDs.
Which I didn't need.
Yeah,
in the
which you
end.
didn't need.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that. All right, so how many rugby fields make up a polo field? Standard size rugby field make up a polo field. All right, now you've got to tweet us the answer. Maz will put that up on Twitter as well. Tweet us the answer and make sure that you send it to @Ballz Radio and also include @VersVine, VersVine.
That's Harold's Twitter.
That's Harold's Twitter handle. And you could win yourself that beautiful, beautiful prize. Obviously, you've got to be able to get yourself there.
Yeah, if you're in Cape Town, we'll organise something with one of the estate rolls. Maybe can pick you up with
A
something.
rolls.
Yeah, we've got this old classic '68
Wow.
silver
There's a
shadow
tweet.
rolls. Yeah.
Tweet. A tweet. Very nice.
Divine.
All right, that's fantastic. So, and when do we announce the winner? Tomorrow?
Monday.
No, we
Monday.
usually announce it on Monday. Yeah.
So we give you a chance to answer that question. Go and look it up. And Monday we'll announce the winner in our Wine of the Week with Valdevi. Nice to catch up with you, Harold. Thanks for popping in. What are you doing up here, by the way?
I've done a couple of tastings. I've got another tasting on tonight with a private wine club.
Okay.
And then heading back to Paul tomorrow and straight into the winery. It is harvest time at this moment, so yeah, can't actually
Busy.
spend a lot of time
Busy
away.
times.
And when do we, Valdevi, which winery is that? The Paul route?
With wine,
People want to go and visit you, can they?
You're sort of halfway between Paul and Franschhoek.
Yeah, we're in the Paul and Franschhoek Valley. So you've played a couple of golf courses. You know where Paul
Paul
Valley is?
yeah.
Right next door.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And it's been quite an interesting time for you guys with all the fires and stuff. But you got a conference facility there. And
Yep.
I believe old Kahlemo was
Yeah, he
there
was
with
there
his cronies.
on Tuesday.
Okay.
Doing what?
They had some labour disputes and some land right disputes. Apparently, no, don't want to jump the gun again, but it's about foreign investments and not being able to purchase land, more of a lease like they have in Mozambique or something.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
Did they get hammered?
that. I've got no idea. I wasn't there.
All right. So, and if people want to go to the wine farm, if they may be traveling to Cape Town or holidaying
Yeah,
down
definitely.
there,
we open 6 days of the week.
do you have to
Only-
book, or can you just arrive there? and
You
have
can
a
rock up
tasting?
most of the times, but
Cool.
I think it'll be safe just to book in advance.
And don't just arrive there and say, I want rake.
No.
It's rake. All right. Gary Honeyball says 2 rugby fields in 1 polo field. Gary, I'll give you the heads up. No,
No.
you're too low. You must think much bigger. All right, so there we go. A little bit of a heads up for you. Thanks a lot, Harold. Nice to catch up with you, boss. And
Yeah.
we'll speak to you again next. You're back down there, so we'll speak to you next week.
Yeah, we're planning on getting Rob and Roxy Lowe on for next week. So.
Oh, that'll be
Brilliant.
awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. I look forward to catching up with them. Right, there we go. That's our wine of the week. As always, brought to you by, I almost said the other thing when you mentioned the polo thing. Brought to you by Valdevi this afternoon and every Thursday afternoon at this time. Or again, next Thursday afternoon.
This is Ballz Visual Radio. Darren, Simon, Kate, and John. Weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central African Time. Ballz.co.za.